All right, so this is going to be my first YouTube live. People give me grief for not going live on YouTube, so here I am if anybody's on. But just drinking some scotch, smoking a cigar, and if anybody comes on, we'll take your questions. We'll see what's up. You know, I've been having a lot of interactions with Messianics here lately, and the thing that gets me about them is they want to add the Torah in, right? Jesus plus the Torah. And it just doesn't work. Like, it's like, what's the point of Jesus if you got the Torah? What's the point of the Torah if you got Jesus? Like, the two just don't go together, but for some reason they want to do that. Now, I get the ones who say, hey, we should be trying to follow the Torah, but it's not necessary. I just don't get the ones that go, you have to follow the Torah. Why? If you got Jesus, why are you following the Torah? And if you got the Torah, why are you following Jesus? Like, I don't, you know, here comes my wife, I think. But anyway, I'm at home. I'm just chilling, smoking a cigar, drinking some scotch. I'm gonna be doing a video responding to Ash Mays' a video on abortion, where he gets everything wrong, which he literally gets everything wrong. Um, I'm gonna give a better way to come to his same conclusion, even though I think his conclusion is wrong too. But I'm gonna be like giving a better way to use the same verse to get there. What else do I have coming down the pipe? Um, so I got a new phone, and it's going to make it easier for me to do videos on the road. Hi, I'm a YouTuber, and how are you? I'm doing fine. I'm a YouTuber too. When I was in the Army, I accidentally ate all the rations. Wait, this is good. 3 months later, heavy fire hit us, and two men died because of no food. I have shame to this day. Nowadays, I have an Etsy site. I don't know how to connect those things, but um, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I'm glad you've got an Etsy site. Hope it's doing well. What are you doing? I'm smoking a cigar, and I'm drinking some scotch, and just on here, seeing what people want to talk about. I was talking about some upcoming videos that I'm going to be working on, stuff with the Bible. But if somebody has a topic they want to bring up, and by the way, thank you for your service when you were in the Army. I'm a Marine veteran, so I served as well. They can mess up your lungs. They can, but I'm not inhaling it. Here we go. This is good. Enoch Bradley. The Torah was to show us God's will and that we can't do it. Jesus was to fulfill the Torah by being faithful to it, yet taking our condemnation, so we believe in him. Don't have to, I assume, don't have to keep the Torah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you got Jesus, why do you have to keep the Torah? If you got the Torah, what do you need Jesus for, right? I think you would agree with that, right, Enoch? Um, now that having been said, I understand the Messianics who go, we should do something with the Torah. We should try to follow it. It's a good thing to follow it. I get that. That's cool. But the ones who think it's necessary, you have to follow the Torah if you're a Jesus follower. That I just don't get. But yes, thank you for that advice, Nathan. Yeah, they can mess up. Yeah. Don't listen. Don't inhale cigars for sure. But probably don't smoke them anyway. I just like I'm 51 years old, and I like a little cigar to relax and chill out. And the scotch ain't good for you either. Well, actually, this is dead guy whiskey. This is that should tell you something. It's a dead guy, right? It's probably not great for you. But Yeah, Enoch, I think we're probably in agreement there on that. But it's the Sam Shamoon guys who always get on me because I never go live. And here I am live. If you're a Sam Shamoon guy, have at me. But anyway, yeah, for the upcoming videos, I'm going to be doing that Ash Maze thing. I'm thinking about doing a series on um, Richard Elliott Friedman's book on the Exodus, which is, to me, the best explanation for the Exodus, like a historical Exodus, the best explanation that I've ever seen. I've been thinking about maybe doing a series on that. I also want to do a series on the rational Bible, right? So, a rational view of the Bible. What's the Bible getting at? The last video that I did, I think either the last or the next video, that next to the last video that I did, I was responding to Ash Mays on that video, where I was talking about how when you go through the different authors of the Torah, the E source and the J source are where you find Jesus. Let's see. No, not so that we don't have to keep the Torah. I meant so that we don't have to be condemned. So, Enoch, do you think we do have to keep the Torah to be saved? Um, or are we saved by faith in Jesus and we should keep the Torah? This is interesting to me. Um, but yeah, I don't see where you can literally lock the two together. So we still keep the Torah because it is God's will, is to not kill one another or to steal or to cover your neighbor's wife. We are still to keep that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you would say that you should keep the Torah because you have faith in Jesus, but you're not saved by keeping the Torah. So someday you're going to be judged, and either you kept the Torah or you didn't, or either you had faith in Torah or faith in Jesus or you didn't, right? So the faith in Jesus would cover where you fall short of the Torah, correct? I want to see if I'm getting you correctly here. The ones that I don't understand are the ones that say we got Jesus, but we need to also keep the Torah to be saved. That's what I don't understand. But anyway, on the rational Bible thing, I want to take a step through, like, literally, if you go through the E source and the J source, that's where all the Christophanies are, right? And the interesting thing to me on that is that it's literally the E and J authors who have this view of God that is the lower view of God, and that's where all the appearances of Jesus come from. And so there's legitimacy to where the Christians go, oh, we find Jesus in the Torah and in the Tanakh. That's legit. Like, but it's from these authors, you know. Let's see, he didn't respond yet. By the way, if this is a little jerky, I got my gimbal running, so it does its thing, and you know, if I move, it jerks a little. We still keep the Torah because it is God's will. God's will is not to kill one another or to steal or to cover your neighbor's wife. We are still to keep that. Yeah, that's why I mean, I can see a person saying it's a good thing and we should do this. We should keep the Torah. We should, you know, but are you saved by that? That's where my question comes up. So basically, I've got a friend on here. What's her channel? Biblical Apologetics, and she believes in keeping the Torah, but she doesn't believe you're saved by keeping the Torah. You're saved by faith in Jesus, and so, you know, That I can understand. That's reasonable to me. Hey, we should keep the Torah. It's a good idea, but I don't see tying the two together. I really don't. Was that the banker? H. Upman, the banker. And this is for anyone who cares. It's Dead Guy whiskey, which is from Rogue, who makes Dead Guy Ale, and it'll get you in trouble. It's a very smooth whiskey. My dog's sitting over here eating monkey grass. Enoch, did you go away? I didn't get a response to that last one there. But yeah, from what you presented here, that's reasonable to me. Here we go. Okay. Right. We're not saved by keeping the Torah, but the Torah spells out how to be godly. So, of course, we still live by the will, live by the will of God, but since we cannot follow the Torah perfectly, so it is through Christ's sacrifice that we are covered and no blame is on us. There you go. That's reasonable. I get that. Like, I can get that from reading the New Testament, reading the Old. That's not unreasonable. That's more or less where Courtney over at Biblical Apologetics. That's more or less where she comes from. I get those. The ones I don't get are the ones that go, no, you have to keep the Torah to be saved. Then what was the point of Jesus? I don't understand that. Like, I don't get that. So it is through Christ's sacrifice that we are covered and no blame. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's I disagree, but it's reasonable. Here we go. What else? So only through Christ can we be saved because we cannot obey the Torah perfectly. But of course, we still follow the Torah because it is godliness. It is God's will. There you go. That's reasonable. I hear you, bro. I hear you. See, hey, I can drink that. That's reasonable. So you're saved. Your shortcomings are covered by Jesus' sacrifice. But it's still God's will for you to keep the Torah. Okay. I can see that. Now, here is a question I would ask if you're still watching. So, when you get to Acts 15, and it seems like they think Jews should still follow the Torah, but Gentiles should follow a different set of laws. What's with that? Like, do you get that in Acts 15? Or do you read Acts 15 differently than I do? And I know a lot of Messianics go to the part where it says Moses has been preached, but even in the Torah, you have Genesis 9, you have a covenant with the Gentiles, and you have commandments given to the Gentiles, for example, not to eat the flesh of a living animal, and they can eat Gentiles can eat any meat. It doesn't matter. They can eat pork, they can eat whatever. So how do you reconcile those things? Do you keep kosher, or do you follow the Acts 15 version of kosher where you just don't eat the blood? And just full disclosure, I'm not calling out the Shamoonians, the Sam Shamoon fans for not being here. That's okay. Like, this is literally my first live on YouTube. I've done some lives on Facebook, I've done some lives on TikTok, but I'm not usually live on YouTube. So I was asking them if they're here, but it doesn't surprise me that they're not. They're not coming through. Sorry about that, bro. Um, I'm not sure why they're not coming through. Maybe they're just not coming through on my end. Maybe I'll see them later. But yeah, no. Your views are reasonable on this. It makes sense to me. Um, See if you can do it real quick. Acts 15 different for Gentiles? Yes or no? It just do a yes or no, and I'll know what you're talking about. It might, but the other comments might come up in the comments later. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first live, so I don't know. But Enoch, we should really have a chat sometime. We could do like a Zoom or something. We should have a chat sometime because you watch a lot of my videos, and I appreciate that. I really do. I'm familiar with the name. And it could also be, since I don't do lives on YouTube, that they limit the interactions. I know I can only have 25 people who are not subscribers on at a time. Whatever's up with that. But all right, guys, I'm getting ready to head back inside. My wife is making some nachos in there, so I'm on my home time. But I appreciate the interaction, and like I said, I got some videos that are coming up, and now that I got my old phone had limited storage space, and it made it difficult to do videos. Now that I got the new phone with more storage space, um, we'll have some videos coming through. Enoch Bradley, I appreciate your comments in here. Um, appreciate the interaction. And everybody else who came on and watched, I appreciate you. And we'll catch you around on here. And I got to figure out how to end this thing. No, that's not how to do it. That's how to do it.